Good morning to one and all. Today I am here with another exciting episode of Expression and Articulation series. A delightful evening to Dhanbad Public School family. Myself, Corona Day of Standard 11, and today I am going to present a poem before you all, Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Thank you.
A very happy morning to all. I am Kajal Kheria of Standard 10C. Today, I am here to tell you how to find a balanced average. This is especially helpful for those still in school. If you know what you had made in all of your exams and wanted to make a certain average in class, then how much more marks you need on your final exam to get close to your average. Suppose 3 exams have been conducted and the marks of the 3 exams are somewhat like this. In the first exam you had scored 80. In the second exam you had scored 99. And in the third exam you had scored 92. Now, in order to know how much more marks you need on your final exam, what you have to do is, let us see now. Take how far each grade is from your final grade and then add them up. Suppose you wanted to make an average of 91 in your in the whole year. So what you have to do is, this is minus 11 plus 8 and here is plus 1, which is minus 11 plus 9, which is minus 2. So you need 2 more marks in your final exam to make an average of 91. Isn't this way too easy of calculating average than by doing long calculations on pen and paper? Definitely it is. So I hope you like this trick and you are gonna use it in your life one day. Thank you.
Good morning, myself Smriti Kumari of 11B Science. Here I am having a super hexagon which helps to remember the different trigonometric formulas. Let's see how. To understand the first set of formulas, we have to go around the hexagon in clockwise direction. Here, tan theta equals to sin theta by cos theta. The first one equals the second one by third one. Similarly, sin theta equals to cos by cot theta. The process continues if we go around the hexagon in clockwise direction. In this set of formulas, we didn't use the one which was written in the center. Let's see why it has been placed like that. If we multiply the functions at the opposite vertices, we get 1. Sin into cosec equals to 1. Cos into sec equals to 1. Similarly, tan theta into cot theta equals to 1. So, when functions at the diagonally opposite vertices are multiplied, we get 1. Now we have another set of formulas. In this, focus on the functions at the diagonally opposite vertices. They are reciprocals of each other, like sin theta and cosec theta. They are reciprocals of each other. Similarly, cos and sec are reciprocals of each other, and tan and cot are reciprocals of each other. Now we have one more set of formulas. Do you remember complementary angles? Two angles are complementary if their sum equals to 90 degrees. This arrow tells us sin theta equals to cos 90 minus theta. Tan theta equals to cot 90 minus theta. Similarly, sec theta equals to cosec 90 minus theta. Now we have the last set of formulas. Look at the figure. Focus on these three triangles. We have to go clockwise within each of the triangle, starting from the top left position like sine, then cos and then 1. This gives us very important identity. Sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. Here. Similarly, in this triangle, 1 plus cot square theta equals to cosec square theta. In this triangle also, tan square theta plus 1 equals to sec square theta. Thank you.
Good morning. Myself Tanisha Chataria of Standard 11B. I am here to talk on a serious topic, global warming. Firstly, what is global warming? Global warming is the phenomenon of a gradual increase in the Earth's temperature. This phenomenon has observed over past 1 or 2 centuries. The concept of global warming is quite controversial, but the scientists have provided relevant data in support of the fact that the temperature of the earth is rising constantly. Causes of global warming: deforestation. Plants are the main source of carbon dioxide. They take oxygen. They take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, thereby maintaining environmental balance. Forests are being depleted for many domestic and commercial purposes. This has led to an environmental imbalance, thus leading to global warming. Uses of vehicles. Use of vehicles even for a very short distance results in global warming. Vehicles emit fossil fuels which emit a large amount of carbon dioxide and other toxins into the atmosphere, giving rise in temperature. Overpopulation. Increase in population means more people breathing. This has led to an increase in the level of carbon dioxide, the primary gas causing global warming in the atmosphere. There are many more causes such as chlorofluorocarbons, industrial development, agriculture, etc., which has led to global warming and harmed the planet. Effects of global warming. Rise in temperature. Global warming has led to an incredible increase in the Earth's temperature. Since 1880, the Earth's temperature has risen by approx 1 degrees. This has led to an increase in the melting of glaciers, which has led to increase in sea level. This could have devastating effects on coastal regions. Climate change. Global warming has led to an increase in climatic conditions. There are droughts in some places and floods in some. This is causing environmental imbalance to the atmosphere. There are many more effects such as spread in diseases, high mortality rate, etc., which leads to global warming, which affects global warming. The main motive of choosing this topic is to make people aware for not harming the planets in different ways. So, we should care for our planet and plant more and more trees. Thank you.
I hope you all liked our performances. Thank you. Dhanbad Public School is a happy school.